The Sound of Freedom has drawn a lot of attention. A lot of people are talking about the movie. There are people on podcasts giving their thoughts on why is this not talked about in mainstream media? Why is the news not talking about sex trafficking enough with children? Because for goodness sake, it's kids, right? And it's drawn a lot of attention. In fact, the movie itself has seen a lot of success. It's an independent film. It's made over $155 million since it's been released on a $14.5 million budget, which I think is phenomenal itself. And I love the fact that people are actually talking about it because I think the message needs to be out there. People need to be aware of this going on. Now, no matter the statistics or what you think, it's happening, whether you like it or not. I know it's a very tough conversation. Now, I haven't seen the movie yet. I do plan on seeing it very soon. But, I wanted to give my thoughts on this one clip I saw from CNN, and it was with Mike Rothschild. I believe I got the name right there. They were talking about the Quanon theory and how it somehow relates to this movie, which I thought is ridiculous to me because why are you so fascinated on this theory and trying to make it about politics when it should be about the children that are going missing, that are being trafficked in our society today? Why do you have to tie it to Donald Trump and his movement? Like, I just don't understand. I was baffled when he actually said these things. And let's go ahead and roll that clip and I'll give you my thoughts.
And you seem pretty familiar with him because he doesn't really hide his association with this real wild plot that involves, drinking the blood of children and things like that.
No, he doesn't hide it at all. And you have a lot of people who are in this world of QAnon who say, oh, they don't know what that is. They've never heard of it. They're just asking questions. With somebody like Jim Caviezel, he is openly embracing it. He's openly using its catchphrases and its concepts. He's speaking at QAnon conventions. And this film is being marketed to either specific QAnon believers or to people who believe all of the same tenets as QAnon, but claim they don't know what it is.
And The Sound of Freedom does focus on a real issue of sex trafficking. But that theme, it's sort of like that kernel of truth that feeds the QAnon conspiracy theory. Tell us how those two things work together.
Sure. And the most durable and the most believable conspiracy theories are not entirely false. There's something in them that is true and the rest of it is false. But the believers point to the one true thing and they say, oh, you don't believe that this particular thing is true. In terms of child trafficking, we know trafficking is real. We know it has real victims. No one is denying that. But these films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites, and only people like Tim Ballard and only people like Jim Caviezel, and by extension, only people like the ticket buyer can help bring these trafficking rings down. So there's a very participatory element. You're not just going to see a movie, you're just killing 2 hours on a hot day. You are helping bring down these pedophile rings and save children. Now, it's not true, but it's a very comforting and it's a very warm feeling to have.
So as you can see in the interview, I just think he's so out of touch with reality. I really do. He's just trying to, bring division and, not really focus on the message, which has my intent is raising up because why would you not want to, promote this movie and say, hey, we should pay attention to children going missing, I don't know why you don't want to talk about it and you want to just tie it back to the extreme right instead of just trying to come together and focus on this serious issue going on. Now, before I continue on, I do want to bring up a few reports that I did research on. All you got to do is just go to Google and search sex trafficking in the U.S. with kids. It's very easy to do, but let me go ahead and just share my screen and just give some things that I found and let me know what you think. So here's some things I found. Now, again, some reports are from last year. I do want to preference that. But as you can see, this was actually from July 19th of this year. Man sex trafficked 13-year-old he met on Facebook as she lived at a group home, feds say. So, as you can see, this is in Massachusetts. Let's continue on, shall we? In California, family says missing 14-year-old girl found in Camp Pendleton barracks sold for sex. So again, the news is reporting it, but as you can see, it's happening. This happened on July 9th. Another article that was released, this is actually May 31st, 2022, 70 missing children rescued in West Texas as part of Operation Lost Souls. Again, ranged the ages from 10 to 17. Some were victims of sex trafficking and physical and sexual abuse, according to the ICC. So again, it's happening, and this is from July 21st, 2023. 4 arrested in Dallas on charges related to sex trafficking of children. Again, or child, I should say, not children. So again, this is going on. Another one here, this is from last year, August 16, 2022. More than 200 human trafficking victims, including children, found in nationwide FBI operation. Again, don't shoot the messenger. All I did was just go on Google and do a little bit of homework. Now, if you're triggered by that, or you want to make it more about, oh, it's Donald Trump's people spreading this message and, they're making it bigger than what it seems, shame on you. I don't care if it's one child. That's bad enough, right? So to me, we don't know the exact statistics. There's only so much speculation we can do, but you can pull up some articles, as you can see, it's happening, and I just think we need to be aware. Like, I think about my future kids, and I got to be, really aware of what's going on in society, and not just brush it to the side like, oh, no big deal. Like, as you saw in the interview, by Mr. Rothschild, that apparently it's just a bunch of QAnon nonsense. Why are we making it about politics? You see, when a message of hope is trying to be pushed across, or awareness trying to be pushed across, the media tries to flip it and turn it into a negative. And I don't like that whatsoever. No matter what you feel about with politics, I just think that response was so out of left field, and you're really out of touch with reality, sir, because you don't know what you're talking about. Because you can simply go to Google, as you saw. I just pulled up some reports and it's there, Again, I haven't seen the movie yet. I do plan on seeing it. And as a Christian, it's sad, this happens in our society. But of course, sin is sin. Like, it's going to be there. Obviously we want to fight evil with the light, but at the end of the day, evil is still going to be around. No matter how hard we fight, obviously you want to keep fighting. There will always be evil, but we should be aware. We should be, spreading this message. I love that a lot of different podcasts are coming out and talking about it. They're giving their opinions and thoughts, and it's being pushed, and it's a good thing. I'm glad people are talking about it. They're seeing like, okay, this is weird to me, and this is, it's not easy to deal with, of course, because these are kids being kidnapped, they're being, sold into sex slavery, and obviously it's very uncomfortable. But don't dismiss it like, oh yeah, it's just politics going on. They got agendas to push. Are you kidding me? When it comes to kids, that's really low. And that's just ridiculous to me. I think that, obviously there's some projections of statistics and everything, but I still think we need to at least accept the fact, hey, this is a serious issue. And this is going on in our society. Whether we like it or not, it happens. I get reports on my phones about kidnappings of kids all the time. You get those Amber Alerts. I'm sure you get them as well. So we can't just be desensitized, and act like, oh, it's a political thing, when it really should be about the children. That should be the main message, not some QAnon theory. Like, come on now, what are we doing today? And here's the thing, like, people are actually going to believe this man. And then when other folks are saying, no, that's not really true, they're going to look at them and go, well, you're not a credible source. When in reality, the person you're watching is not really credible either. So yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions on this matter. Again, I'm going to see the movie very soon, but leave me your thoughts in the comment section. I want to know what you think about, this movie itself. Have you seen the movie? What do you think about it? Love to know your comments and thoughts and opinions. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.